What's the worst way your parents have ever humiliated you in front of your friends? When I was 16, my parents decided to surprise me on my birthday by showing up at school dressed as superheroes. And I don't mean cute little masks or t-shirts. I mean full-on, head-to-toe, bright spandex costumes with capes flapping behind them. It was just a normal Tuesday. I was sitting in the cafeteria with my friends, talking about weekend plans, when suddenly the double doors burst open. My dad walked in first, wearing a blue and red bodysuit with a giant D on his chest for Dad Man. He had a cape made from our old living room curtains and wore bright yellow underwear on the outside of his costume. Behind him was my mom in a pink and purple outfit with Mom Force written across her chest in glitter glue. She had a tinfoil tiara and was waving a magic wand made from a kitchen whisk wrapped in Christmas lights. They spotted me immediately and walked straight to my table, high-fiving random students along the way. My friends stopped talking mid-sentence. One of them actually choked on his milk. I tried to slide under the table, but it was too late. "Happy birthday to our super son," my dad shouted loud enough for the entire cafeteria to hear, and then they started singing. Not just a quick happy birthday, but a full 3-minute superhero-themed song they had written themselves. My mom even pulled out a small speaker from her utility belt to play background music. By this point, phones were out. Everyone was recording. My crush, Emma, was sitting 2 tables away, watching the whole thing with wide eyes. I could feel my face burning hotter than the sun. When they finished singing, my dad pulled out a homemade cake from his backpack. It was shaped like my face, but the frosting had melted on the way, so it looked more like a blob with eyes. "We baked your face," my mom announced proudly, sticking 16 candles into what was supposed to be my forehead. As if that wasn't enough, my dad then pulled out a photo album. "And now, a journey through time," he declared. He started showing my friends' baby pictures, including several bath photos where I was completely naked. "Look how cute his little tushy was," my mom cooed, pointing at a particularly embarrassing shot. The final blow came when my dad's costume suddenly split right down the back. He had made it himself from an old swimsuit and some fabric glue. When he bent over to put the album away, there was a loud ripping sound, and suddenly everyone got a clear view of his actual underwear. Bright pink boxers with "World's Greatest Dad" printed all over them. My mom tried to help by covering the tear with her cape, but she knocked over the melted face cake in the process. It landed upside down on the table, splattering frosting all over my shirt and jeans. The cafeteria erupted in laughter. I couldn't take it anymore. I grabbed my backpack and ran out, frosting dripping from my clothes. I hid in the bathroom for the rest of lunch period, trying to clean up and wondering if I could transfer schools before tomorrow. But here's the weird part. When I finally went back to class, something unexpected happened. Instead of everyone making fun of me, people kept coming up saying how cool my parents were. Emma, my crush, asked if she could come over sometime to meet them properly. My friend Jake said his parents just gave him money and barely remembered his birthday. By the end of the day, I had more friends than before. Even the popular kids were talking to me. One guy said, "Dude, your parents actually care about you. That's pretty awesome." When I got home, I was still mad at first, but my parents looked so worried, sitting on the couch, still half in their ripped superhero costumes. My dad asked if I hated them. Instead of yelling, I started laughing. I couldn't help it. They looked ridiculous, and they had embarrassed themselves way more than they'd embarrassed me. I realized something important that day. My parents might be the weirdest, most embarrassing people on the planet, but they love me enough to make complete fools of themselves just to make my birthday special. And somehow, that made me the luckiest kid in school.